All right, atomic turbines to speed. Fantastic. My name is Curtis, and morning, everybody. We're gonna get topical, like some sunscreen, and talk about a bunch of stuff. For example, existence is super rude. Um, almost. Oh, is it working? Hey, look at this. I think it's actually working. One of the existence is rude um, things is when you live with another human being. Um, I don't know. It seems like making a video while they're off in another room, perhaps not feeling well. How dare I? How can I be like, all right, cool. Well, you feel bad over here. I'm gonna go in this room and talk at an audible volume, and that's not going to be annoying while you're trying to rest or feel good. But I mean, thankfully, that person in this real situation is awake and off watching TV or whatever now. So I'm not being a horrible person. Much like I thought, oh, this camera here isn't going to work at all, but it's actually doing okay. Other than again that yellow box, but I need to get a different camera to make that go away. I thought I could, but it came with ads, so every few seconds I'd be looking over here, and then there'd be a Candy Crush ad, and I don't want an ad for Candy Crush or Fido Mobile, I think was the other one. I mean, I just did them right now. There you go. Go get your Fido Mobile and play some Candy Crush. I don't know who. Are people putting money into Candy Crush? I mean, they must be, right? Like that thing is still making money. It's not from ads because they're the ones that are putting the ads out. Therefore, when you play Candy Crush, go to the comments and let me know whether or not I'm confused by you or not. Do you put like $1 or whatever it is, $1.99, $2, $3 to get the Candy Crush boosts so you can get further in Candy Crush? Because I don't know, like I work on a game and we're working on putting boosts in it, but they don't cost anything. They're just there so you can have more powers for your wizards and your well, we call them mages and whatnot. So that I don't know, it's more fun. We're just trying to put more stuff into it. I've got Shelby, this amazing artist, and she's right now just pumping out awesome things that you can put inside this castle that you can build as big as you want and decorate. Most people that are playing the game now just put the guns and the monsters to defend it. Nobody's putting the cool little extra things that's my favorite part of the game. And right now, like Shelby literally just sent me a bunch of like Victorian couches, like a red one and a very ornate kind of royal one, and on a stone bench and a wooden bench, and kind of a Better Call Saul lawyer bench that's a little old timey, medievally looking. And I can't wait to get those in the actual game because those are just in my email at the moment. But there's a bunch of that stuff in there, and I can't understand why people, I don't know, any one of those games that I played, I always try to get whatever the most, I don't know, versatile decoration was, so that I could basically draw a picture or make a fence that's fun and just, I don't know, my way of painting inside of a game that you're not supposed to paint in. I mean, that's technically the whole reason I joined Facebook was, oh, what everybody's just drawing on each other's walls, whatever that means. I think I might want in on that. And I got in on that. I drew a few things on a few people's walls, and it was fun for a minute. And then after about a minute, nobody cared. Nobody used it. Nobody uses it now. People just go back and use their Photoshop, and here you go. Here's a JPEG that I exported. Would you like a PNG or a GIF/GIF file? It's the same thing. Depends on who you're talking to. Here you go. It's probably going to be very interlaced, pixelated. Oh, speaking of words with friends and games and apps, actually, speaking of apps, Words with Friends. So anyway, go play Dragon Fighters Dungeon Wars. I'm the creative director on it, and I don't know. It's just getting better every day. We just keep jamming better stuff in. When we realize, oh, we could do. Do that? Like today's discussion was, hey, we should animate a bunch of these things. Cool. I'm just gonna sit quietly at this meeting because the whole point of having these things was, oh, wouldn't it be great if all of this stuff was animated? And then we were told, like, you can't. Like, this is for an iPad. You can't just animate everything on an iPad. You gotta deal with the limitations of the thing. And meanwhile, today they're just like, oh, hey, I don't think there's any limitations anymore. Animate everything. As if it was like a brand new idea. Sometimes that happens when it's just like, that's really, actually really an old idea. Like bent nails and paper clips fixing water wells. Canadian heritage. Loon noise. But, when you just want to make a video without bothering somebody, or make a video without being bothered by the Words with Friends sound, knowing that I think this word with friends is coming from inside the house. It's so cold. I don't know where to go. But the word is coming from inside acting. Was that acting? I don't know what that is. But no, yeah, I think that because I didn't replay with the other people. I've only replayed with the person who's inside the house. That means that word is coming from inside the house. But anyway, speaking of apps and Words with Friends is giving me a panic attack. Earlier, with some friends, I make a word, and there you go, friend. Here's your word. I send it to you, and we're having a great time. You play it with me, and it's almost like we're playing Scrabble, except through the phone. It's a fun time. One of the things I don't like about Scrabble is when people are staring at you and letting you know that you are taking way too long to think of a word to play in this board game where you make words. It's just a game. Just play the word and lose. But with Words with Friends, I have seemingly all the time in the world, or I can wait until it's time to poop. In fact, my good friend Mike, he, in the little chat area, boom, the little chat bubble, word bubble pops up with a little number 1 on it, or a little exclamation mark. Either way, it popped up, and I didn't notice. The message was probably there forever, but I believe I was playing so sporadically because I'm slow. Like, I need a long time to come up with words for Words with Friends, and I'm not checking dictionaries. I'm not, doing all the things that I find out other people are doing. They have, you have a special Words with Friends app to help you do the Words with Friends? That's cheating. That's cheating with Words with Friends. That's what that is. But I think because of these long time lapses, Mike was like, "Oh, you must be pooping, or you must be on the toilet." What? Why did you? Oh, well, this particular time, yes, I am. Usually, I guess. I don't know. That's where apps get played. That's just a fact. And if you don't want to believe that, like, you're crazy. You're a crazy person. These people that you can visibly see their minds get blown when somebody says, like, oh, so I was checking my Facebook in the bathroom. Like, you were doing what? You had your phone in your hand in the bathroom? That's the most used place where a phone is used. What? Those words make sense to somebody. But anyway, the Words with Friends went off, and it was these other outside people that I just have to stop playing with that I don't know, because Sheila and I forget the name of the other one, Terry or something. Both of them are just like destroying me, and I just feel like you guys don't know that in these other games I'm coming up with some good words and I'm only getting I's and O's here. Like, you are hundreds and hundreds of points ahead of me. This is insane. And then I check their stats and it's like, oh, you have 900 wins and 0 losses. I have like 5 losses and 3 wins. because that's how much I've played and how long it's taken me to play these games, and everybody seems to be okay so far. But these outside people don't rematch me as much as the people I actually know, because clearly they're like, this guy, what is he, only playing when he poops? He plays like 3 words a day? That's ridiculous. For a board game, yes, it's a little bit ridiculous. Uh-oh. The other camera's low on battery. So we'll use that up as much as we can for the last 10%. And yeah, words with friends. But anyway, yeah, just the anxiety of, I don't know, like performing for these people I don't know, even though, hey, I gotta take a break from playing this game and go do a show, or I just try to talk at a screen for whatever reason. Again, I still don't know what that is, other than it's in me and it needs to come out. Immediately after this show, I'm gonna record my podcast, No Such Thing as Grown Ups, with Tara, which is a 40-minute audio show, very similar to this, where we talk about things. So if you just want this for your ears, because seeing my face is throwing you off, as some listeners to the podcast, Kevin J. Forbes, what up? He said he came to a live taping or live version of the show, and he said that seeing my face with my voice come out of it was very jarring and disturbing, because you conjure a certain image. I did the exact same thing with another show that I listened to for a long time, and then I saw the guy on another podcast, and I'm like, wow, you don't look like the greatest voice announcer ever. Which, yes, you do. The greatest voice announcer ever is probably the ugliest, most hideous golem type Smeagol character available. And we've never seen him. Like, we've just never seen him. He's not an Alec Baldwin who's just like, I have a great voice and I'm awesome. Like, I'm Alec Baldwin. There's like 6 of those people in the world. The rest are like, hey, I just look normal. Not that this guy, I didn't say who he was. I'm not going to ruin his reputation. But in my head, it was just like, oh, you are like being played by a George Clooney in the movie version of your life. And then I see you, you're like, oh, you're a nerd. Like, you're me multiplied by like 3.5, I think, no less. But your voice is meant for radio, I guess. I don't know. Somebody posted that on Facebook there today. The old saying, "Oh, you got a face for radio," and then the things that they want to start saying to people while the microphone creeps into frame. When they say that to them, and it's just, I keep forgetting that's a thing that comes up. I've heard it before. We've all heard it before, and I don't know. I think the only really good response to it is, oh, well, you have a face for punching, and just deliver it so just like, oh, I have a face for radio. Thank you. You have a face for punching, and then just stare at them deadly, like there's nothing in your soul. Oh, I died inside minutes ago, and now your face is going to get punched. I'm not a face puncher. I can't do that. Sometimes it's fun to look dead into a camera and pretend that your soul has left. And also in public with people that don't know you at all. It's fun. Try it. I think my brother does it 6 times a day to just freak new people in the world out, and he has a great time. I don't know. Speaking of wacky situations and just being weird, again, existence is rude. That's the theme. That's the topic for today. This other person using internet interferes with my secondary camera, and this whatever, me making noise, will interfere with their day when you're trying to make a YouTube video, etc. But yet, in the world, there are people that just, they don't even understand that there's other, like, they don't know that being a part of the world is rude. Like, oh, you woke up today? You're prepared to be rude. That's what you're doing today. I promise. There's no way you're not. Did you go to Facebook? Did you write anything? You were rude to somebody. Maybe 90% of the people don't find you rude at all. But there's at least one that's like, oh, why did you weren't supposed to. I thought I was just saying a thing. In my job, I make video games, and I don't know how to make video games, so I have to watch a lot of YouTube tutorials. The thing about YouTube tutorials is they're not all like this one with every time a logo up in the corner and some nice black bars at the top and bottom and a cat painting that I think I might have put on Kijiji for sale for a couple $100 if you want to buy that. But a lot of people, they just hit record and then they think, I don't know, that the computer does the work or the internet adds the majesty and the splendor and the fancy camera cuts or the nice lighting or sound, because there's this one, I want to say this one person, but it's not. It's a million people because I have to watch so many tutorials to get to the one that actually has the information, actually has the sound, actually is cohesive and works together and then gets information across in some way and isn't just, what was this? What was this? Was this your super failing project for make a YouTube tutorial on anything? You failure? Because you're killing me. I don't even remember what the tutorial I was looking for was. But this guy, and at first I thought, oh, it's probably just a kid. It's usually just a kid. All tutorials on the internet are done by 9-year-olds as near as I can understand because that's what they sound like, but they know all the things. So I click on the thing and the guy says nothing, but there's sound. He has a microphone. He can do this. It's recording, I believe his computer screen or his phone screen, whatever I needed. I think it was a phone type thing, and he's showing what to do, or clicking or whatever, and that's it. But it's like I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what's happening outside of this. Why are you doing this? There's like a lot of steps here, and a lot of them mean something. I need to know the meaning so that I can incorporate it into my life instead of just watch you do a thing and not have a clue what you're doing. Just say anything. Why do you refuse to talk? Your small baby child is clearly right there begging you for your attention, possibly food and safety, and you will not answer that child. I can hear the child. Say something. Answer your kid or answer me, even though you can't hear me. You know you're making a video. Like, you know you're making a video. You put text on the screen to say that it's like explaining something, but then it's not. And now I'm 40 seconds into this thing going, is this, no? Damn it, maybe at the end it'll have the gem of not at all. Alright, next one. And then 900 of those later, I imagine just this one person and this one poor small child that's just starving to death while this other guy thinks he's being helpful and he's not. He's not helpful at all. What would be helpful right now? A cartoon. Alright, let's try this cartoon lever again. I'm gonna get a different sound effect and we'll get this right. Oh, it's this side of the screen.
Hello, Curtis. The unconscious man next to you is a dangerous murderer. You are chained to this man, and the keys to your chains are inside the man's stomach. You have to cut them out and take the key.
Oh, hey, yeah, no.
But you have to unchain yourself before, when he regains consciousness, he'll murder you.
I'm not gonna murder anybody. I'd rather be murdered than become a murderer. If we're being honest with each other here.
How about if you use that saw to cut off your own leg? Yeah, let's do that one.
First of all, I pretty much pass out at the sight of a needle. So if you think I'm gonna get that saw through bone, that's crazy. Second of all, that saw is wicked gross. I'm not even touching it. I don't care.
How about a different task?
Sure. What you got?
In the corner of the room is a toilet bowl. In the toilet bowl...
Forget I asked.
So I guess we'll just wait then.
For the guy to wake up and murder me? Yeah, it looks like it.
So, do you think they'll ever do a Dawson's Creek movie?
Atomic Turbine's back up to speed again. That was a cartoon. It might have been very short, but that's fine. I got a whole giant show around it, so don't worry about it. There will be more. Probably gonna spend the weekend playing some games. By games, I mean having fun with the dog and making him be a character. And I don't know, he's probably not gonna like that, but that'll all go into this. I've got a lot of puppets lying around and things to make more cartoons and stop motions and stuff like that with. So again, this is just a venue for me. I don't know if you've noticed, but the letters morning. And we're back again because I got a leg cramp because of the weird way I have to sit, because I've got a whole stack of things in front of me in order to prop up all the camera type of gear to make this thing happen. And wow, did that ever hurt. And I want to go scream for a minute, but I'm going to finish the show because I'm a trooper. Show must go on, some idiot said at one point in time. Of course, they also said the mail must get somewhere, even though it's snowy, and that doesn't happen. But yeah, here's a secret. If you look at the logo over there, morning everybody. Morning everybody. The title of the show, it's also M-E, which means me. It's the Me Show. Morning, everybody. Welcome to me. It's the Me Show. I think... Oh, snaps. That crazy Kristen Wiig movie where she won the lottery and then decided to just, like, I'm going to make my own show and it's going to be all about me. And was it called Welcome to Me? That's what I'm doing, except I didn't win the lottery. Really going to need to win the lottery to validate this, I think. So, I think we'll cut this one a little bit short today because, like I said, my foot is killing me. I have a crazy foot cramp, and I can't talk anymore. The only other thing I wanted to talk about before I went was, one, buy my book in the description below. Sometimes I rhyme because sometimes I rhyme. And two, by we, I mean the somebody, I don't know who these people are. We're still gonna build a wall between Mexico and America? Like that? Nobody said no. We're not doing that. That's bananas. Like that's bananas. Nobody's doing that. But everybody's still talking about doing that. Because I mean, I can understand. Because remember how angry everybody was when the Berlin Wall came down. Everybody's like, I wish that wall was still up. And you know how, like, the Great Wall of China isn't keeping anybody in or out of anything? It's just, like, an awesome tourist thing that people go and, like, propose to each other on and stuff? You know? You know how walls eventually become either obsolete or giant tourist attractions? That's what you're building. Again, like, what kind of Lex Luthor mentality do you have to be like, yes, I'm going to wall off a country? A state? A town? I mean, if Rick and his idiot friends that are trying to survive The Walking Dead can't get a wall together to keep some things that are like, oh, snaps. Oh, jeez. Don't poke me in the head or else I'm done. I'm just going to keep nudging at this wall. Oh, you got me. By rubbing some zombie smell on the walls or whatever. Like, there's only a million ways to defeat the zombies, and they do none of them. And in the horrible allegory that I'm making here, that is the Trump nation, the whatever people that think that that's a cool thing. You don't need to make a wall to keep Mexico out of the United States. Like, you know that this, like, I mean, I know why. Like, because, United States is Mexico. Like, it's Mexico, and you don't want them to take it back because, well, the same as in Canada. Like, anyway, let's not go back into history just right now. There's too many tunnels and back caves to explore. And I still feel a horrible pain in my foot, and I need to stand up and just walk around, and it'll make it better. But I just can't until the timer hits a certain time, because I also know that the cartoon wasn't very long. But as we discussed in episode 1, This show can be what I want and as long as I want, because... Morning, everybody. It's me, The Me Show. So, I think that's good for now. That's enough ranting. I went crazy enough. And I think I calmed down. Everybody, you can go out. You can be good. You can be careful. And have a good morning, everybody. Hey, click on my butt or Ripley's butt to subscribe. Click on my butt. Click on my butt. Click on my butt. Hey, click on my butt or Ripley's butt to subscribe. Click on my butt. Click on my butt. Click on my butt.